With school underway once again, several students are making the transition from 8th grade to their freshman year in high school. And that transition can be intimidating and overwhelming for both students and parents. Nicole, Hensley, and Shelly Parham are here to offer suggestions for parents to help their teens with this important time in their development and education. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
It is an important time. I mean, when you think about that transition, I mean, it was many years ago for me, but I remember making that transition. It can be a little stressful.
It is. It can also be very exciting,
yes,
right? But we're focused on, or what we want to focus on with families and parents, is following your child all the way through 9th grade.
Right.
9th grade has the highest dropout rate nationwide. It also has the highest suicide rate. But more importantly, it's when they're introduced to substances for the first time, often, and then they're going to see peer pressure like they've never seen before. So we want to make sure we're really paying attention to some of the signs or some of the changes that might be going on with our kiddos who are transitioning from middle school to high school.
And what are some of those signs that we need to look for?
Some of the signs can be is if your child who used to get in the car and was so excited to tell you about their day, if that suddenly stops, that can be an indicator that something is going wrong at school. Another sign can be is if you're about to drop them off or you try talking to them about school and you see a big mood change, either they get angry or they get really withdrawn and upset about it, that can be an indicator that there's some academic struggles or struggles with their peers too.
And they also can actually some physical symptoms as well.
Yes, so teens, oftentimes it can be a lot of internal stress. They can be under so much stress, they feel like once they're in high school, they have to already have their life mapped out. So some of those physical signs can be changes in eating habits, complaints of pain, or lack of sleep.
And a lot of times kids may be having great grades.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they get to that high school level and those grades kind of fall off. And that's another indicator as well.
There can be this misconception that just because your kid is struggling in school that it means they don't care or they're not wanting to apply themselves. But oftentimes teens can be trying their hardest and just struggling with more of these difficult classes they face in school.
So for both of you, what are some things that parents need to keep in mind? What are some things that parents can do?
Well, one thing that does happen is their peer group might change. And it could be both ways. We outgrow our friends, right? And our friends outgrow us. So kind of paying attention to what's going on in their social circle, as well as on their social media. Just, be very aware right now because it is a transition time and it's a pivotal one. I think the big one is, that we've talked about is for parents, they know their child better than anyone. And so follow your gut, listen to your gut.
Yeah.
If your gut tells you this isn't the way my child's, normally behaving or feeling, or they've withdrawn, they appear to be maybe depressed or anxious, pay attention to that.
Just be a good listener.
Yeah.
And reach out to their teachers and other parents too. Like, you have a support group, so you're not alone. And being a good listener to your child too, sometimes they may just want to vent, and it's okay if you don't have all the solutions. And try and remember your time in high school and share that with them.
I always try to do that.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you all so much for
thanks for having
great
us.
advice, great tips, great information there. But the Boys Girls Club of Elizabethton and Carter County got some great programs. If you would find out more about what we talked about here today or some of the programs they have going on there, please give them a call right there at that number or check out that website right there on the screen.